Yo, what is up, Polo Gang? Today, we're continuing my series on how to win in Black Ops 6 Rankplay. You guys seem to really enjoy my last video in this series on how to win protocol control. So in this one, I have a vault control for you guys. If you want to check out my other videos in my how to win series, I'll leave that playlist in the description below. But let's jump into vault now. Alright, so on the screen you see the map layout for vault control. First, I'm going to go over the spawns real quick. The most common spawn is going to be right here, pretty much on the backside of ammo. Another spawn that you'll typically see is over here by P2. If this is the case, and there's an enemy somewhere in this area of the map. So if you spawn here, you should probably look to find an enemy over here. Another spawn will just be kind of like over here. And those are pretty much the three main spawn points on offense. Now jumping in on how to capture the A point. Typically this is a point that most people go after at the beginning of the game. If that's the case, you should probably send two towards the point. And then once you go cat, watch any enemies coming from here, or maybe an enemy on defense is coming around like this. So you want this person cat watching either of those two spots. And the fourth person on your team, they can go watch this, pick up mid door, or they can go into mid and hold this right side. That way your team is on point. You don't have to worry about anyone coming from door or anyone coming from the right side from lights. That's kind of the idea for capturing A off spawn. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit here. Most of the defenders usually spawn in art or in the backside of art. They're just going to come funneling in this way. So if you're kind of in the middle of the round, still trying to capture A, you can send one person into the lights. They can shoot this way, or someone can come up cat, hold this room, and cover line like that. Now, jumping into the B point, the easiest way to capture B, if you have someone on your team inside of art, preferably the top. What this does is it makes the defense spawn on the backside of P4, like over here. So once again, if you're on defense and you ever spawn in one of these two spots, there is 100% someone in art in that area. Now this person in art, they're going to cover this back door. You're going to see if anyone sneaks out towards statue, or if these enemies are trying to go like this. This person from art has a big job in kind of covering everything and playing their life to make sure the enemies spawn over here in this area. But if you want to kind of capture B right at the start of the round, what I like to do is have three teammates go into vault. To go out like this. The three this way. And your fourth person is kind of going to be right here on this heady. They'll be the first person to see if someone gets onto B. And also this person is going to be critical because they're going to watch the flank. Because chances are if you do this vault to B strat, the defense at the beginning of the round is going to pick up on it. They'll probably send someone like this way. Maybe they'll send some people straight through. This is where this person comes into play. And there's a good chance that someone goes mid doors. And that's where one of your three teammates on the B point can just turn around and get this guy if this teammate is the one watching the flank. So that about covers it for the offense. If you guys have any questions on it, let me know. Now we'll jump into defense. Alright, so for defense, I already mentioned it earlier. The most common spawn point is going to be probably like right here or inside of art. The other spawns are going to be right over here, somewhere over here. Just to repeat myself, if you ever spawn in one of these two spots, that means there's an enemy inside of art. So if that's the case, you should really look to find the guy who's in art. Now to start the game, I think it's best if you have one person float around like around the B area, or they can go top art. That way they can see if any enemies are coming up this way at the beginning of the round. And the rest of your team can funnel in towards A. Something like this, and have one go cat or one go outer pool. I think that's generally the best way to do it. That way you kind of have three towards the A point, and most teams typically tend to hit A off rip. So you kind of want to prioritize your resources going towards the A point. Now, a lot of times on defense at the start of the round, like I said before, no one really goes B. So if you have this person, they can kind of go all the way up into their spawn kind of quickly. And at that point, they can either, jump in and go help out on A, or they can kind of just chill around here and then hold enemies coming either from the back of the spawn or from pool. You really don't see as many spawn traps on vault control as you do as like protocol control or something like that. But if you all can get into a good position, you can kind of set up like this. You can have one person kind of in this area by ammo. You can have one person kind of either on cat or kind of pushed up over here into P2. And you can have some other teammates in the lobby area. And what this will do is kind of force the enemies to spawn back here. So they have to go this way or they go up this way. Most of the times they won't go all the way around like this. They kind of just try to break out through mid. And if that's the case, you on defense will have all the points covered if everyone's set up properly. Now, if you're trying to defend A, you're going to typically be spawning here most of the time. And if you just keep funneling in through here, chances are the enemies are either going to push up like this and they'll just shoot you guys coming off spawn. Now, you do want to be smart, but you also have to be quick. You can send someone through here, going through mid doors. If you're still spawning in here and you try to go all the way around, this might take, too much time. You could end up losing the point. This is really all situational. You can also send someone through vault. Kind of just make sure you don't get stuck in this trap of just dying to the person on offense who's just trying to kill you guys from lights every single time. Now let's say the offense already got the A point. Now you focus on B. I like always having someone in top art. That way they can look like this. And they can also cover anyone from offense who's trying to come around and get into art. And when it's just the B point, chances are most of the enemies are going to be spawning kind of back here anyways by ammo. And at first they might kind of just start, going towards outer palms, channeling this heady, and maybe going through mid. That's kind of a fast way for them to lose lives quickly. And you'll probably see throughout the round, they'll try to, pull something off like this and go all the way around the map. That's why this person in top bar has such a big job, because they need to cover this flank route from the enemies. This person in top art doesn't even always have to watch just straight this way, because your teammates can easily pick up on it from wherever they're positioned throughout the rest of the map. This person in top art should kind of just make sure no one's coming on flank from this area of the map. Now that's a general idea how to play defense. If you have any questions on defense, let me know in the comment section down below. But without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. Alright, so I'm solo queued in this gameplay. I'm using the C9, so we're starting on defense here. And this route out on the outside of B. I see no one. Cammy got a kill, and he's in mid doors. I'm just pushing up into their spawn. Like mid, I see nothing. This guy come from pool, I get him. 3 dead. They're gonna be kind of like ammo side. Where I get this guy. And then that guy shoot, but I don't know why I didn't turn around. There I am, spawn on the back side of art. They're taking A. Gotta work the B side again. Go into vault. There's at least 2 in this area. Get this guy. Wait for my teammate to push mid door. Kill another one on time. He dies. This guy jumps in from cat. He dies. I'm spawning on the backside of P4. And there's this guy on B2. Gotta check art. There's a guy top art. My teammate got him though. Got the guy on B. Now they have 2.5 ticks on A. They clear B though. Check to see if they come in from cat. Nothing, but I'm gonna be a little patient. I saw that guy on A. He's 5 pillars. Teammate jumps in. End up getting 1. So this guy, got him. It's another dead. Now, I probably should have just pushed up here instead of just playing it slowly. My teammates get 2 kills. I get the 3rd. That guy just died. Now it's 13-3, and that should be an easy round win. So easy round, went 8-3. Now we're on offense. This wasn't the best offensive round from us. Yeah, we have 2 in A, 1 went cat, and I went right side, but kind of got over aggressive and died right away. Now we have 3 dead. This guy's pushing up into our spawn. Almost kills me, but I get him. Regen. I kill this guy, and I also saw a teammate died from that. Need the point. I know a teammate died from cat though, so I'm gonna look for that guy a little bit. Found him. There's one pushed up over there. Get him. Got shot from cat. And now I'm in lights. I just saw that guy to the right. Let's see if he pushes in. He does. Now we have 2 on time. They came from vault, but 1 came on flank too. Now we have 3 dead. I know that there's enemies on the left side. I flashed him. Get him from pool. To see if these guys push up at all. Right now it's like a 2-on-2. Got this guy who was lurking on our spawn. End up getting shot from a guy on cat. Right here, we're just down lives. We gotta push A no matter what. End up getting 1, but that's a loss for that round. Alright, now we're on defense again. Pushing in through lights. And I'm just going towards cat. This guy hopped up. I get him. There's another one on the cat steps. I jump in. Now, I probably should have just pushed through there to take some space, but I ended up just sitting here for a little bit and just dying. I could have gotten a little more aggressive, but I just didn't. That's 2 dead. We gotta take some space here. Pushing up. I see 2 in lobby. They don't chow me. 1 went up cat. Cammy got the other one. There's another one still in the back. That's another one dead. Once again, I'm just playing it slow here when I should just been taking space. There's also an enemy on B. See this guy on my minimap. Get him. It's 3 dead. The last one's on B. Should die. Dead. Now they're spawning kind of in the middle or by P2. In my life a little bit. I just saw that guy come off P2. Q and cat. I get 1. Wait for my teammate. He died. Guy jumped into A. I got him. Also someone on B right now. Teammates are going that way, but I'm just helping A at the moment. They die off B. Now they're back on A. Hit 1 guy. Another guy in vault. Went to B. Got him. I got shot from back ammo. Gotta watch A though, because they're probably gonna flood it. 1 guy cat. Get him. I'm just gonna check B, see if 1 last guy comes this way. No one does. 26 and 10. 2-1 lead. Alright, this is gonna be the final round. We're on offense. I'm just taking space towards cat. No one pushed up. Now I'm expecting them all to be in A, or maybe even by B. Now I'm in this hallway by line. This guy pushes out. I get him. The guy came out of art. That's 3 dead. We should really hop a point here. That this guy gets me. Our teammate's back P4. He got a kill. Someone also called in a hellstorm. There's another one involved. That's 3 dead. I'm gonna get this tick with my teammates. We have 3 on. That's a sign for me. I could have pushed up right there, but I didn't. Guy comes in late. I get him. That guy's outer palms. Pushing in. So now my teammate's inside of art, which is good, because those enemies are spawning very far away. See, this guy came through mid. That guy came through cat. They're all kind of just trying to take space, but our teammate's inside of art. So they're spawning very far away. Another guy inside of A. He jumped in. They get him. 2 dead right now. That guy just jumped in behind me. Didn't see him. This guy's working the back again. They call him my hellstorm. The reason I spawned there, you can see that guy is kind of in P3. He was definitely in the back. I'm gonna go through vault here. Teammates are still on the back. I should kind of play slow, but I push up anyways. This guy, pop time. One teammate's kind of in mid. This guy's mid doors. Teammate died from mid door. I have one more there. Didn't kill him, so I'm just gonna watch vault. There's another guy by art. Just getting the time here. Got one tick. Got a guy who came from mid. End up dying to a nade, unfortunately. Teammate's in P4. He got one kill. Got a second. 13-3 in lives. Guy on B. Last guy's top art. That's it. 37-14. Solo queue. Winning 3-1 in vault control. On offense, I didn't get to art in this gameplay. But I had teammates who were kind of in their back spawn, causing a lot of havoc, which allowed me to kind of play mid and also the point. And on defense, did a pretty good job at taking space, making sure the enemies couldn't really get any time on the points, or really do too much getting out of their spawn. If you guys learned something from this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, and subscribe for more as I post Black Ops 6 content daily. Catch you all in the next one. Peace out.